What if the place you hoped would bring peace slowly took away your joy instead? When I first moved into a retirement home, I thought I was making the smartest decision of my life. No more chores, no more worries about safety, meals prepared for me, people around to talk to. It sounded perfect. But what I didn't expect were the quiet sacrifices that came with it. This is my personal story, and if you're thinking about moving into a retirement home or know someone who is, I ask you to watch until the end, because there are truths people don't talk about, and I learned them the hard way. The illusion of community. They tell you you'll make new friends, feel connected, and never feel lonely again. But what they don't mention is that just being surrounded by people doesn't mean you feel seen. In the first few weeks, I smiled at strangers in the hallway, joined a few activities, even sat at shared tables for meals. But deep conversation? True friendship? It's not always there. People come and go. Some are dealing with grief, health challenges, or don't want to open up again. I started to feel lonelier than I ever had before, surrounded by people, yet emotionally alone. Loss of independence. Yes, it's easier. No cooking, no cleaning. But you start losing the little things that gave life structure. I couldn't garden anymore. I had to eat on someone else's schedule. I had to sign up to use certain rooms or follow rules about visitors. It sounds small, but these little things slowly chipped away at the freedom I once had. You begin to feel like a guest in your own life. The noise you can't escape. Retirement homes are often filled with life, but also with noise. TVs blasting, phones ringing, staff talking loudly, residents calling out in the middle of the night. At home, I could close a door and have silence. Here, the walls are thin, and peace is rare. For someone who cherishes quiet reflection, it started to wear on me. Health isn't always prioritized. I expected top-notch care. What I got was overworked staff, delayed responses, and sometimes neglect. This isn't every place and not every worker. Many care deeply, but I learned that you must advocate for yourself constantly. Once, I waited 40 minutes after pressing the call button when I felt dizzy. Another time, my medication was delayed because of a staffing mix-up. And the food, often processed, salty, or just bland. You have to speak up constantly just to maintain the basics of health. Loss of purpose. I didn't realize how much purpose came from doing little things. Setting a table, making tea, tidying up, feeding the birds. In the retirement home, all those were gone. I didn't have to do anything. And slowly, I stopped wanting to do anything. I felt like I was waiting. But for what? Moments of beauty, but at a cost. There were good moments. Bingo night laughter, a warm conversation with a neighbor, a staff member who truly cared. But these moments came with a weight. You always felt like a resident, not quite at home, and that distinction mattered. Before we continue, if this story resonates with you, or if you believe more people should hear about the real side of senior living, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. Your support helps us keep making honest, compassionate content for our community. Let's continue. The turning point. The day I realized I no longer recognized myself, sitting in the same chair, wearing the same clothes, talking to no one, I knew something had to change. I started going out again, visiting my daughter, taking short trips, and eventually I made the decision to leave. It wasn't easy, but it was the right choice for me. Now, I live in a small apartment with a cozy kitchen and a little balcony for my plants. I make my own tea. I call who I want, when I want, and I feel like me again. The truth no one warns you about. Retirement homes can be the right place for some for those who need medical support or can't live alone safely. But they're not the dream we're always sold. They can be lonely, restrictive, draining, and most of all, they can quietly take away the very things that make life feel alive. If you're thinking of making that move, ask yourself, will I feel at home there? Can I still make choices? Will I be seen as a person or just a patient? There's no shame in needing support, but never forget that your time, your space, and your voice still matter. And for me, I'd rather live small, but live free. Thank you for listening. Stay strong, stay independent, and keep glowing.